is Life's a Pitch TV. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, all about hearing. GBS Builders, Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, Venue 60, The Hudson Group, Sound 4 Pro Audio, Come Hither Design, and Suffolk Sound. Charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk, Forget Me Not Golf, and Back to Coffee. Something to cheer about this week. My goodness, something to cheer about this week. Welcome to the DPS Tech Arena for this week's edition of Life's a Pitch TV, where we are still, everybody, the pride of Anglia.
Ipswich sing, the Norwich ran away, and we will fight forevermore because of Boxing Day.
Very good. Well done. Very good. We rehearsed that as well, didn't we? That's amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Welcome. I'm your host, Mark Murphy. Let me introduce you to the team. It's Terry Butcher. Hey! It's Russell Osman. Hey! In the Sound 4 Audio production suite. It is Richard and John. They're in there somewhere. And Sarah Jane is not only our floor manager, but second highest on our Life's a Pitch and Putt leaderboard with 100. Yay! So well done. We need a crowd. We've got one. It is the Churchman Stand, sponsored by John Keeble Cars. Yay! And the North Stand, sponsored by Ashford Wright. Yay! Plus, we need a special guest this week, Ian Westlake.
Lovely.
You like that?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. We did invite you once before, didn't we? But sadly, I was taken rather ill and couldn't make it, unfortunately. So
Yeah, very ill.
Yeah.
Nice to see you back in full health.
Thank you very much. Yeah, 2 years ago. So welcome. Lot to talk about, but we must start with the guy who was our special guest a couple of weeks ago, one Fabio Wardley. What do we think about Fabio Wardley?
Oh, Fabio Wardley. Oh, Fabio Wardley. Oh, Fabio Wardley.
Not rehearsed at all. Not rehearsed one little bit. Did you watch the fight, Westy?
Just the highlights.
Yeah.
But they were brilliant. What a guy. I've met him a few times in at the club. He's absolutely huge. And he just packs a punch, doesn't he? I wouldn't want to get hit by him. You don't get up. Yeah, nice to see him win.
Yeah. Terry, what do you think of that win?
Oh, it was great. We saw it when I was up in Scotland, which we'll talk about later, but we saw it there and all the guys were just rooting for him. It was me and 9 veterans that went up, all Ipswich Town supporters. Obviously watched the game and then we watched the fight. So they're all delighted and you know, it is fantastic for Ipswich and fantastic for Fabio, obviously.
It was the case that he was behind on points, I think, Russ, but, you know, he was just not going to give up, was he?
No, he wasn't, you know, and he's been in that position before. And he was against a very, very good fighter who didn't hold any punches back, you know, and it just showed that Fabio can take a punch as well as deliver one. He looked fit, he looked sharp, he looked strong. And yeah, it was hard work for him, but, you know, when you've got that right hand that he's got, he hasn't got to eat you many times with that before you go down, and managed to stop the fight and a well-deserved win.
Was he giving weight away as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, you give a few pounds away.
Yeah, about a stone, I think, stone and a half.
But the last fight he had as well, he's probably behind when it came to, you know, what happened then. But he's got determination. He's got a good level of fitness in him as well to come back, and particularly against a really good puncher. But once he got, you know, a couple of punches home, and he started to batter him, I thought it was the right decision to stop it.
I think the way we had a chat with him and we spoke about one or two things when he was in here on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Put that into action, Russ.
Yeah, he listened. He took notice. That was it. So,
but we're not taking credit, are we?
No, we're not taking
credit.
Leave that to him.
Oh my goodness me!
He's good as gold.
It was just because he was a canny opponent, wasn't he? He was an experienced opponent.
Yeah, Parker's good boxer, beat him with AJ A lot of the big boys always done well, but he's one of our own, isn't he? He's Fabio Wardley.
Fantastic.
Knocking people out. And
so great to see him up there with the shorts on, the ITFC shorts.
Yeah.
Almost as big as Jack Clark's, weren't they?
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, that's right. We said that last week, I think. Yeah, we said that. But, Jack Clark will have to have a longer pair now because he hasn't got the longest pair of shorts, Ipswich Town fans.
Yeah, well, we've got to give him our thanks as well, Mr. Clark, because we are back to winning ways, and courtesy of our friends at Town TV, let's take a look at the highlights of our last match at home.
Fires, flame and fireworks around Portman Road, but we're expecting fireworks for the next 90 minutes on the pitch this afternoon on Town TV as Ipswich Town host West Bromwich Albion. In the midfield, he's staying down, Town continuing with possession. It's into the feet of Hurst. Lovely ball with the outside of the boot out wide to Jaden Philogene. Cuts inside from the left, shoots with the right, and a fine one-handed save by Josh Griffiths. Diving to his left to get a strong enough power on it to keep out the effort of Jaden Philogene. Tip behind for a corner. Neatly worked out into the space on the far side of the field. Jack Taylor comes forward, then gives it to Jaden Philogene on the left flank, hugging that left touch line, cuts inside. Lovely ball looking for Sammy Smodics, who was moving very easily there as he came tearing into the 6-yard box. And there's far more attacking position, and they are reaping the rewards of it, West Bromwich Albion. That's a lovely touch going through the centre though by Jack Taylor. Takes one out of the equation, can go left or right, gets to the edge of the box and shoots himself and drags it wide of the target. It was all created by a blistering run and a wonderful piece of control down the centre of the midfield from Taylor, but when he got to the edge of the box, just drags it wide and off the mark. It's pretty much the perfect position that you'd want a set piece. Griffiths in the centre of his goal. It's going to be Jaden Philogene, strikes it straight into the hands of the keeper, who there's space on the far side of the field if they want to try and spread it. Leif Davis has come forward. He chests it down looking for Taylor. Taylor gives it out wide to Jaden Philogene. Looks to cut inside from the top left-hand corner of the box. Has to go down to that left sideline instead. Pulls it back to the edge of the area for Taylor. His shot is scuppered. It's going to fall instead on the edge of the area to Ali Egley, who got the shot off, but again closed down very quickly, deflected behind for a corner. As Taylor crosses the halfway line slowly and tentatively, giving it out to Leif Davis. Back again to Taylor as they continue to nudge their way forward to the edge of the 18-yard box. What a ball by Taylor! Very tightly and congestedly. Taylor, top of the box, left side. Not facing the right way, though. Rolls it back out to Jaden Philogene. He sends it in! And the strike from Ali Egley.
I think there'll be 5 more minutes and then it'll be more changes from Kieran.
Run inside from Jaden Philogene. Opens up the space for Leif Davis on the left. Wonderful control with his chest as well. Down towards the byline. Sends one to the far post. Ali Egley again! He tries to strike it first time when he had time to maybe take a touch. Once again, West Bromwich Albion look to play out from the back. It's clumsy. Cajuste comes away with it on the edge of the area. Opportunity, fine save. Clark with the follow-up, and that is the opener. It's just been starting to come, and Jack Clark pounces. Athon missed his opportunity, but his fellow substitute doesn't. A 5th goal of the league campaign for Clark. And finally, we have liftoff here this afternoon on Town TV. Ipswich 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. No messing around from the centre-back, and suddenly there's a chance on the counter-attack here. Wally Egley bursting across the halfway line, can go right or left. No one's really closing him down. Feeds it into Nunez. Nunez back into Athon! Touches it wide of the target. And West Brom will start with possession at the beginning of the last minute of the 90 as it's given away. Nunez finds Clark. Clark into the 18-yard box, looks to square it to Wally Egley. Keeper dives on it, doesn't get it. Still not cleared as Clark then tries to lay it off to Nunez, who can't take the opportunity. The Town persuasion is too bothered by it because it's going to be the last kick of the game. It's sent into the sky and hopes are suddenly sky high for Kieran McKenna and his side. Back-to-back losses in the Sky Bet Championship, but the run ends with a victory on home soil in the early kickoff.
Fantastic. Thanks to our friends at Town TV for those highlights. Nice to have a win. The atmosphere in here is slightly better than it was last week after 2 defeats on the bounce. Westy, what did you make of that?
It was good. When I watch it back, you look at it and you just think every highlight is down the left. So when you watch all of ones from the first half, it was Philogene, it was Leaf, everything down our left-hand side. And then when we flipped around and we watched it and we watched the second half, everything down the left again. I still think the balance is slightly off down that right. We haven't quite found our perfect partnership, our little pairing down the right-hand side. I think the right-back's locked in, is Furlong's going to play. But the game, all in all, we were better than them, weren't we? I didn't think we had to really do too much to win it. I thought we were always going to win it. It's not prime Ipswich at the moment, is it?
Still room for improvement, isn't there, when you look at that?
Loads of room.
Yeah.
The stadium wasn't Ipswich at its best either. I didn't think the fans did loads to help the players.
12:30 kickoff.
Yeah, I know, but I think this season as a whole, so I do the comms, like I absolutely love it, right? So I sit there, watch every game. I've watched League One Championship was when I started, and we blitzed it, right? And I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. And we had like Chappers and Broadhead, you had Burns, partnership of Cam and Wolfie, and we had these little like Luongo and Morsey. And I think everyone, including me, got super carried away, all the fans, like, and you just loved them, right? Like I loved every part of the team, and all of
combinations there, didn't we?
Combinations,
little
but also
combinations.
just somehow there was a connection between us, the players, the manager.
Everybody was in it together, weren't they?
It was just amazing, right? And then we had the Premier League season, which was a tough commentary gig because it wasn't very good, right? But we didn't care because it was cool to have Haaland and De Bruyne in town, and everyone was happy with that. But this year, right, we've lost all the ones that we love, and we haven't quite had that moment where they take a piece of our heart again, and so the stadium just seems a little bit off, and the players feel it. Like, it doesn't feel like we're quite in sync, like fans and club, which we have been for the last 3 years. So I think Saturday was, in terms of the atmosphere, was.
Well, I think we saw that
tough.
graphically illustrated when Kieran called the substitutions over, and there was a bit of a jeery cheer from the crowd, as much to say, you know,
it was strange, wasn't it? Because we're such good supporters, right? I think we're the best supporters at times, but it just doesn't seem like that. I thought the Philogene hat-trick would have been the time where we all go, we love Philogene. He's our new Chappers, or he's our new Burns, and we take over from that, and it didn't quite work. Then we beat Norwich, and I thought, okay, yeah, there you go. But I thought when we beat Norwich, we were like, okay. When we beat them, I thought it would be okay. Everyone loves the team now. We've stuffed them. We played really well, and it still isn't.
It's not quite there.
Doesn't quite feel like that. We haven't got the little heroes that we had the last few years. So it will happen at some point.
I think what happened when we beat that mob up the road, there was an international break, and it just seemed to just kill that momentum. And then we come back to Middlesbrough, and then obviously Charlton. So from being there on the way up, we just went like that. And I think it affected confidence. And you could see on Saturday, you can see the players just a little bit reluctant to try and make that pass.
The little extra bits.
Yeah. So what was happening before in the Championship before, they were threading that through, and if it didn't come off, it didn't come off. They were confident. But now they're not as confident as that, and they don't want to make that pass, so they make a safer pass, play more safe.
Do you think if they made that pass and missed it, because it was a Chappers and a Broadhead and a one we didn't care so much. But now if we miss one against West Brom, we get groans. Yeah. So like Hurst, who I think's played his socks off this season, has been absolutely like the job he does, holding it up, fighting against massive centre halves, getting kick lumps out of him, linking things. And he gives one away and we groan, and I'm a bit like, come on, he's been brilliant.
I mean, he's played his socks off because his socks have got holes in them, and they're halfway off already. So yeah.
But so go back to the West Brom game. We won. I thought it was okay.
Yeah,
how's that?
Russ, let me just pick up on a few points from that. Philogene's shot in the first half, good save from their keeper.
Yeah, very good save. Good one-handed save going to his left. Just happened to be a decent height for him that he could get to. And teams will get used to what Philogene can do. So they'll start blocking him out bit by bit, but he can still work and move the ball pretty quickly and get those strikes away. We are still a bit of an unbalanced side, as you say, predominantly down the left. I mean, we're not creative at all down the right-hand side, but obviously that'll be something that we'll be working on. But we hit the target a few times. I think Eggerly needs a goal. I think once he gets a goal, we'll see a different player there. Hurst needs a goal, and there was something very interesting went on second half. There's a break in play when one of the lads was having a bit of treatment, and George Hurst came over to the touchline, grabbed a drink, stood on the pitch having a drink on his own, not speaking to Kieran or any of the coaching staff. 5 or 6 of the other players came over, grabbed a drink as well. And they stood there talking to Kieran McKenna and the coaching staff about what was going on, what we needed to do and everything. And George Hurst was still stood about 5 paces away on his own. And I just thought that just looked a little bit odd. I agree with what you're saying, how he works and stuff like that, but there just seemed a little bit of an undercurrent or something there.
Well, he wasn't part of the group, it was something like that,
yeah. Just stood off away from them. Didn't join them, finished his drink, didn't say a word, just went back in the middle of the pitch. And there was a conversation with 5 or 6 players going on with the coaching staff there. But he didn't take part in it.
I think it was a game that we needed to win, and we didn't really care how we won it. And I think job done, get 3 points. Now we can build on that. We've obviously got probably more away games coming up than home games, as we've already played a predominantly amount of
5 at home, 8 away.
5 at home, 8 away, yeah, because it's been 7 at home and 4 away, obviously with
end of the year,
the Blackburn game. But
Kieran's substitutions made it, didn't they?
Right, yeah,
and
absolutely.
Clark in the right place at the right time, assured shot straight in.
Yeah, I mean, Cayuse was the one that won the ball back.
Yeah.
You say it was a foul.
I thought it was a foul all day long. But,
I'm not too sure. I just think that is a collision for both. Just bang, ran into each other. So, but he was stronger. I mean, it's unusual for Cayuse to be on a pitch at the 85th minute, to be honest, because he normally gets taken off after 70 minutes. But as he came on as a sub, it was a great sub to have on. And I thought Jack Taylor. I mean, just seeing the highlights.
His name mentioned over and over
Jack
in the highlights.
Taylor did a lot of good things. He hasn't got that top class ability like with yourself from scoring the goals from left foot and right foot. He hasn't got that, but what he does do, he gives us honesty and he gives us a huge work rate. So yeah, fair play. He's growing on me.
Yeah, if he gets a goal or two for midfield, which we need as a team, if he's going to play him, he needs to play. He needs to score a few goals. Then we'll see what sort of player we've got there. Because I quite like him. I think he's got a fair bit about him.
He's got something about you that
he's got a bit of
you
bite
like
in
him
there
in your
as well,
team. A
hasn't
bit
he?
of bite.
Yeah.
Westy?
Yeah,
nice.
still, isn't it? It gives you a bit of still. Like he works really hard. Q-Stay, he's brilliant, right? But he's a little bit of a luxury at times in the Championship. He's just probably cut past completion. You'd say Taylor's higher. Tackles, you'd say Taylor's definitely higher. Maybe distance covered, you'd probably say he's higher as well. But also, I do like when Q-Stay just like spins out and goes past 3. So it's like it's difficult. And I guess there's games for one and there's games for another. But the one for me, Egley, where you say he needs a goal, he does. But I'd say it was his best game, and he left it on for like the whole game, which I think is a big statement. I think him and Casey, or McAteer, there's a bit of a fight between the two. I'd say he's edging ahead. Like we started to see little glimpses. He had more shots. Like he probably had, I think, 3 shots. Second half looked a bit livelier. Yeah, I like him. I think, and he's only young, isn't he? I think he'll be good for us. Just a bit of time for him, I think.
And next game against Queen's Park Rangers, we'll talk about that a bit later on. But who would you start, Butch, at number 9? Would you start George Hurst again at 9, or would you start with Azon?
No, I think I'll go with Hurst. I think he's got. You need someone up there, particularly early on in the game, that's going to be physical, that's going to run the channels, and is going to get us out rather than because you'll get pressure from Rangers. So yeah, I would still have him up front. Azon needs a goal as well. I mean, he's not missed sitters, but he's missed good chances.
Missed good chances.
Good chance, but he just needs a goal. And that's what we talked about, the lack of confidence with the players after the 2 defeats, especially in the way that we've started the season. But wins, no matter how you achieve them, they give you that little bit of confidence to go on to the next one. And we've got a good run of games coming up against good opposition, and I think there are points there for us.
Disappointing to see Akpom come on and then have to go off again with an injury. And Sammy Smodic's off again, had an operation today. There's a picture we can see for those who are watching, and for those who are listening, a picture of him in his hospital bed with his thumbs up. Operation all done, back in no time, knee injury. He's been unlucky, hasn't he, since he arrived? He came with such great expectations, with the goals he scored at Blackburn.
Yeah, he was 23, 24, was it? 27 goals, topping the Championship for that season. He's the perfect foil for Hurst. Like big man, little man combo, makes really good runs off of him. Yeah, it's gutting for him. Absolutely gutting. Scored most of his goals away from home. I know that he'd spoken to people at the club. He was desperate to score one at Portman Road for the home fans. And I thought it was his moment. Like he looked lively even once he got the knock. Yeah, gutted for him. I slightly think with him going out, our 2 best players, right, Philogene and Clark, and we can't get both in the same team because they both play off the left. They're all our goals, most of our goals this season. Could you try Clark in the 10 off Hurst?
No.
Get them both in the team?
Well, you could do, but then some people have had a shot at it. I mean, we had Chaplin was our number 10, and that was before, but now he's gone. Akpom hasn't really set the heather alight, has he, sort of thing. So Smodic has done the same. That's a position that you think we've got so many players and so many choices, but we haven't made the right one yet. If anything, maybe Clark in there and then have a look. But I would imagine Kieran has done this in training and sort of thought about something like that anyway. But I just think with Clark, he'll score goals, and he comes on as a sub and score a goal, and you think, well, give him a full game to start, and he has a start and doesn't do particularly well. So you know, it's one of the ones that they still haven't really found their feet yet. I know we've played 11 games, but they really still haven't found their feet with us.
Okay, Christian Walton, 100 games for the club. He's come in. He's been very unlucky, hasn't he, in and out because of injuries. When he's called upon to come in, he's been the model professional, Russ.
Yeah, clean sheet. So fair play to him for that. Didn't really have a lot to do in the game. But when we talk about the lack of creativity down the right-hand side, you remember when Christian Walton used to like just roll the ball out to the edge of the box and then find Wes Burns with a crossfield pass from the edge of the 18-yard box, you know, and it'd be nice to be able to see Christian Walton do that again, but I don't think he's got the understanding with Egley or Casey McAteer or Ben Johnson or whoever's going to play down that right-hand side yet. So we'll have to see if that's still in his armoury. But, you know, he's a decent goalkeeper.
I was told by my good friends in the Churchman stand here that was Christian Walton's first championship game for the club. You wouldn't believe that, would you? Is that right? Was he? Yes, yeah. So, you know, thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Played ball league games.
If I get a good stats question, would you answer for me as well, please? That'd be great.
Yeah, 10-all, Butch. Don't forget 10-all on that. Yeah, but overall, a win's a win. What did you make of the defence this time round? O'Shea, I thought, was on occasions still a little bit shaky with his distribution.
Well, clean sheet. I mean, you can't say much more than that.
Fair
A clean
enough.
sheet, and it's a clean sheet by any means. I never. It's like you, Ian. You would say the same, Russell. They never look like scoring. And isn't it great to beat a team in green and yellow? It's fantastic.
Yeah. Again.
So get it up, yours. It was like one of those.
I think didn't the West Brom fans chant "We've had a shot" or something at one point?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
They were awful, really.
They
I mean,
were pretty
they were
awful.
dogged.
Yeah, they
And
were
You sort of
pretty
thought it was
awful.
0-0 written all over it, but you know, we got there in the end. And if you get there in the end, that's what you have to do.
5 minutes before half-time, they had a good little spell of keeping possession of the ball, but they didn't particularly want to do anything with it, just keep it. And it looked like they were happy to go in at 0-0 at half-time. You know, and you just thought, all right, fair enough. But it's not very ambitious because they could have done a little bit more, but they didn't. So they got what they deserved.
I think having watched us the previous few games, they were probably thinking if we keep a clean sheet, we win. Because we always concede, don't we? And if they get a set piece, they might nick one on a set piece. So they thought they were quite boring, and they thought maybe with a few set pieces. But I thought we looked solid from set pieces defensively. Like Kipring makes a difference, I think.
Yeah.
Like we stick, really weirdly, we do something quite different now. We stick Hurst, Kipri and O'Shea not marking. I don't know as a centre half what you think about this. And we had Philogene marking, and I'm thinking, what's Philogene doing marking? And we just have three guys who are our best headers of the ball.
Yeah.
Just go and attack it.
Well, keep them free and just
Just go and attack it. Yeah.
Get the little lads just to get in the
Yeah,
way
I
of
mean,
their big
is that
lads.
a set-up?
Connor Chaplin used to mark. Well, it's not necessarily mark. What you've got your three along the 6-yard line to attack the ball, in theory, and then you have your rubbishes sort of thing with Chaplin and Philogene. That because they're to block them.
just
Because
long
you're going to get runs that come into that 6-yard zone.
Yeah.
So if you can be a nuisance and block them and all that sort of thing, it stops them getting good momentum.
Yeah.
So these three guys now have good headers
Keep
or
your good
good
headers
chance to head
free,
it out.
isn't it?
Yeah. So that's what you try and do. It doesn't always work, and doesn't work for us.
Well, it worked this week though.
But it
Kipri
worked this week.
attacked
Yeah,
everything and pretty much cleared every ball in the box.
Yeah,
That's what
No,
we
that
used to
was
do
good.
there, Arto. You go and edit. That's your job.
Yeah.
Well, we were man.
Perhaps they were listening last week. Maybe they were listening last week. Look.
Yeah, well, we were man for man. So it was you had your one responsibility that stopped him from scoring.
Yeah.
But nowadays the zones and everything else, I don't like it. Do you like it?
No.
No. Do you like it?
I liked it at the weekend.
Would you have been one of the rubbishes?
I'd have been one. I'm too small. I was on the edge of the box. I'd get on the edge of the box, and if it drops, make sure they don't score. Normally you centre half would mark, and if you had a big centre forward, he would like Drogba used to do it well. They'd just spare him off and say you go and attack it because they also a centre forward. You can't always rely on them to mark, can you?
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo, at his pomp, he was the best defensive header of corners away from like the Manchester United 18-yard box, as well as the most effective attacking player, in the attacking 18-yard box.
He was a big guy, wasn't he? You didn't think he was that big, but he is a
6'2".
big guy, yeah.
Brilliant in the air.
Okay, well, it's time for you to decide now who is this week's Player of the Week. It's sponsored, as always, by GBS Builders. Terry,
Well, I'm going to go for Jack Clark because he scored and we won.
Okay. Very good.
Even though he was a sub.
Very concise. Very good. Russell.
I'm going to go for Jack Taylor
Oh, there we are.
Okay.
because I thought he played very, very well.
Okay.
He
Excellent.
might not have scored.
Yep.
It's going to be a Jack that wins it, I think, yeah.
Possibly.
Do I get the deciding vote?
You
wow.
do.
I will go Jack Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, brilliant the way he came in. Like hasn't played 90 minutes all season and put a real shift in. Looked fit, looked strong.
Still hasn't played 90
Still didn't
minutes.
make. He didn't make the end, but he was.
But he
very
didn't
good.
score.
It's not all about scoring. Surely you've played a lot of games and didn't score.
Well,
And you were quite good.
he was in the right place at the right time. So, oh, well, there we go.
He got man of the match on the day, didn't he?
Did
Jack
he?
Clark, yeah.
Yeah,
Jack
Clark got it
Taylor.
on the day.
Jack
but
Clark
we've given
got it on the
Taylor.
day.
Clark.
We've
But
given
not,
it to
but not
Taylor.
on this day, he didn't get it, no.
On this day.
Well done, Jack, everybody. Well done. Well done. Can I mention, as we go to record the show, lots in the news about Kieran McKenna being linked again with another club. This time, Butch, Celtic. You ruled out Rangers the other week for all sorts of reasons, but Celtic's a different offering, isn't it?
It is, but I still can't see him moving. I think he's, and I think because of our start and the way that we are, I think it is one that he wants to do the job and finish the job in the Championship and maybe see what happens after that. But I could see him possibly looking at that Celtic in the league. They're going to win the league again, but they've got a challenge now from Hearts. But there's it's not the same as getting into the Premier League. Nowhere near the same. So I would think it would be
A
all
step
right.
back for him, would it?
It would probably be a team that he liked as a player. As a young boy. So it might be, if the money's right and all this sort of thing. But I don't think Celtic could really afford the payments on Kieran. But I think he's well paid, and I think he's well settled in the job.
Russ?
Couldn't agree more.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yeah, huge step down.
Yeah.
Huge step down. I
Okay.
thought, it's mad, but Scottish football isn't what it used to be when Terry was there. It's not like that anymore. And
What do you mean used to be like when I was
It's a lot
there? Were you
better.
saying,
anyway.
were you saying it was crap or something? Yeah.
No, it was good when you were there.
Okay,
it's not
thank
good
you.
anymore. When
Oh,
when
okay.
I said when
But
Larson and
it's
do you know what I mean,
not
there were
as
big
good.
players in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Gazza went up there. You were there. Do you know what I mean, like we had huge stars that you'd look at Scottish football and you'd quite enjoy it. You'd always watch the Rangers Celtic as a kid on Sky and stuff like that. I couldn't even tell you when it's on now. Do you know what I mean? Like the players, like you wouldn't ever get like an England captain or do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't get them go up to Scotland now, would you? Do you know what I mean? So I'm saying it would be a step back.
Well done. You got out of that hole. Very well.
I wasn't in a hole.
Very good.
Well
climber.
recovered. Well recovered. Can we also just spare a moment to remember former Ipswich captain Mick McNeil, who sadly passed away. And a lot of us remember him, maybe not as a player, but for his fantastic sports shops that used to have. I mean, I certainly used to get all my sports gear from, we can see a plastic bag of Mick McNeil Sports up on the screen for those who are watching and those who are listening. And prior to that, picture of Mick McNeil. And sad loss when we lose one of our own, a former skipper. Did you know him much, Butch, or not? Was he a bit before your time?
No, but I think he did give us discount if you go in there and got some supplies, didn't he? So we used to get our boots from there as well. We used to buy our boots to play. So yeah, it's real sad. He's a real Ipswich man.
The one pair a year.
One pair a
we
year.
were allowed.
And then we had Ron the cobbler. You remember Ron the cobbler?
Yeah.
He used to repair the boots.
Put a new toe cap on there for you, wouldn't you?
Yeah, steel toe cap. He did. We used to. Some of his boots were horrific. You'd never use it.
You used to take your boots into the kit man and say, "My big toe sticking out the end of my boot is, surely I can get a new pair of boots now." Oh, we'll give them Ron. Ron will put a new toe cap on them for you.
And he did.
They're never the same. Like,
He was
you
a
know.
legend as well, Ron.
But
Legend.
Ron, he was a memory man, wasn't he?
Memory man.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Ron the Memory Man. Yes,
he
now we
could
know who you're talking about.
Name
Yeah.
the team from the third Saturday
Yeah.
of the 1945 season or
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
Yeah. He had
Yeah,
all the
brilliant.
papers, didn't he? They were like in piles. It was like a mini maze when you used to go into his house. Well, I never went into his house, luckily, but I was told about it. But it's just piles of papers.
Was Ron the Cobbler around in your day then, Westy? Were you?
Not in my day.
Were you allowed
You
more
would-
than one pair a season?
We were allowed lots of boots in our day. They'd send them to you. So, yeah, quite a different story.
And Mick McNeil Sports means something to you as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
In
Clacton. So they had one in Clacton where I grew up, and Dad used to take us in there if we played well on a Saturday or something. You go and look at the new kits or some new boots. Yeah, it was a brilliant shop. Like it was nice that it's linked back to the club.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah, a lot of people remember him very well. We interviewed him on Life's a Pitch once. Very shy guy, I seem to remember. It took me ages to persuade him to come on, but we got him on just the once, I think in BT's era probably, that we interviewed him. He was a lovely fella, really lovely guy. So, can we talk about Norwich? Their stats are something to laugh at. There they are. For those who are watching, you can see them on the screen. For those who are listening, they're shit. I mean, sorry, crap. I think we might just have to edit that bit out. They're not very good. Butch, what do you make of what's going on up the road?
No, I'm delighted.
Yeah.
Absolutely ecstatic. Yeah, long may it continue. But there's is it Liam Manning having some talks or something more this week with the board or something
Well,
like
I would
that?
imagine so. I mean, he must be under threat from this.
Well, there's only Sheffield Wednesday that's below him,
Yeah.
and they've had a deduction for administration.
Yeah.
So it can get worse, and we hope it does.
Well, I
but
think this is probably one of those occasions where he's not choosing the players, that the players have been chosen for him, from what I hear. Sporting directors and all this kind of stuff going for players that perhaps he doesn't necessarily want. So it's going to be hard if he does get the push and they're not his players.
Well, I hope the boss above him stays, as he's doing a great job as well, isn't he? Yeah. Perhaps he should be the manager or the head coach, as they say now.
So keep going, you say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Proceed.
They're not very happy also about some ground improvements. So they're having all sorts of meetings
Well,
and stuff.
are they making the seats face the pitch? Is that all right?
The old ones are the best.
Old ones are the best. We're here next week, folks. Don't worry.
Yeah. So the Norwich fans have decided to have a protest. Do you know how they're going to protest?
No, I haven't got a
What was
clue.
that? Tennis balls. So I thought we'd give it a go. And I brought the dogs tennis balls. Because they're going to be apparently at the weekend. There you go, you can throw them in. Have one, Westy, look. Russell. There you go.
Got it.
I haven't got any.
Apparently
I haven't got any of these in my house, but I have blue tennis balls, not these ones.
Not the yellow ones.
Yes,
Very
'cause
good.
I don't like touching yellow.
No, it's okay. But feel free to just lob them in the middle, because that's kind of what. There we are. That's what a protest, eh? What a protest.
See if we can get a little.
Russell's still trying to get it in one of the holes for the golf.
Oh,
Oh!
Hit the post
So
again.
what a shame they're not very happy, but never mind. Who cares? Who cares? Let's talk about you, Westy. One of our own, Clacton boy. Who spotted you?
Malcolm Moore, I think.
Malcolm Moore.
Remember Malcolm?
No, I don't know him. No.
Yeah, he spotted me. I remember him very well. Good scout, not a coach. Coached us on a couple of occasions. Was trying to teach us once how to defend on the goal line from corners. And he said, look, if it comes, you can pretty much touch your head on the crossbar. So he jumped up and actually smacked the top of his head on the crossbar. So we thought, hysterics of laughter. But yeah.
Well, with all due respect, there's
was
not
a
much
big guy.
danger in
I
you.
wasn't going to hit that. I had a good jump on me. I was fine. I was talking about timing.
Yeah, Malcolm was a good 6'4" though, wasn't he?
He was a big guy.
Malcolm?
Yeah. But yeah, good scout.
Yeah.
Maybe not a good coach.
And so who made the approach to you then?
You know what? They spoke to my dad. So I literally had been playing football a few months. Like I always played with my brother and things like that. But I was a swimmer by trade. So like used to do 13, 14 hours in the pool a week. Like swimming before school,
You
swimming
used to
after
swim with
school.
Karen Pickering, didn't you, if I remember rightly?
Well, that's a different thing. Yeah, I did racer, but
Yeah. Water polo
water polo
for
player.
England, yeah.
Yeah, played.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you
So
go.
I just turned up late to a race, pulled my shoulder. So then thought, I'll play some football. And within a few months, Ipswich Scout came and I just was really fit, just from all the swimming, and stood out. So, and we used to play, now you play 5-a-side as a kid. We would play on 11-a-side pitches at 10 years old or 11 years old. So just was fit. And they said, we'll teach you how to play football, come with us. And then was here from, I think, 12 and stayed until I left. So yeah.
Right the way through the academy. Yeah.
But you must have been good at diving, because you were a swimmer.
Good at diving, yeah. To be fair, I was good at diving. I remember at Cardiff, I won a penalty. Do you remember? What was the old Cardiff Stadium?
Ninian Park.
Ninian Park. And I was playing on the left, but I've never played so narrow in all my life. I won a penalty in the first few
Bit
minutes.
vicious
Right, that
there,
place
isn't
was
it?
a scary place
Yeah,
to play. The fans
vicious.
were absolutely hammering me. So I was like, I'm going to play tucked in. Joe was like, why are you playing so narrow? I was like, because you try playing next to these crazy cars. Well, they were going to kill me. But yeah, bit of diving.
Bit of diving.
Yeah, happy days.
So you were way ahead of your time, really, weren't you? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Tell us about how you made your debut, because I've been reading up about you, and whether it's true or not, I don't know. But relegation, administration, a lot of players had to go, gave you and others a chance to make the grade?
Yeah, effectively that, not quite that. So got relegated, George left, and then Tony Mowbray and Brian Clew were in charge, I think for maybe 1 or 2 games, and they pulled me straight in. So got my debut at the end of the season against Gillingham at home. Came on as a sub 20 minutes, like loved it, like fans. It's just crazy going from reserve team football to like being in Portman Road. It was brilliant. Then Joe Royal came in for the next season and started off with quite a mature old squad, and then slowly started bringing through the youth, and then got back in quite a while after my debut, maybe 6 months after my debut before I played again. And then under Joe, just played me every match. Like I loved it. Like I absolutely loved. Joe and Willie were just brilliant to me. Trusted me, gave me loads of confidence. And when you're confident, you just play well. So that was probably my best times, my favourite times in my career were just those under Joe.
So were you number 33? Was that anything special, or was it the last one in the thing? Yeah.
They gave it to me. I loved it. And then kept it. Just thought it was a cool number.
Yeah. What number would you have if you were playing there?
6.
6. No, you can have 6. No worries, because I would have number 103, because that would bugger up all their boards and everything else they put up for a substitution.
Well, we're nearly getting up to that with some squads, aren't we?
We certainly are.
Yeah. What was Joe like as a manager? You just touched on it there, but just talk a bit more about it, because it was a time when the club had no money. I think Alan Ferguson was buying the petrol to cut the lawn, wasn't he, with his lawnmower? It was really tough.
Still winning awards for.
Yeah,
he won awards every year, Alan, didn't he? Winning the best pitch in the league. It was brilliant. Like, you didn't know any of that. Like, as a player, like, it's weird. You know more now than you do when you're playing. We didn't know that we were struggling for money. We just had a really good group of senior pros that, like Jim, Jermaine Wright was here, Richard Naylor. We had like brilliant pros, and then you had some young ones that then balanced out the squad. Like, we have Kevin Horlock, Manchester City legend. And then Dean Bowditch, Darren Bent, Ambrose came through, I came through. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all sort of, there was a really good group, Matt Richards, and they had to mix it, and we should have got promoted both years. We finished third, we were second all year, and that was annoying, and then we lost to West Ham in the playoffs. Brilliant games to have experienced playing playoff semi-finals. Then the following year, similar, did well all season, ended up in the playoffs and lost to West Ham again. And then I look back now, and I didn't think it at the time, but their West Ham teams, I look at the team sheets and think, oh wow, they were pretty good teams. Like Michael Carrick was playing, players that went on to go and play for England. So it was, they were good days. Enjoyed it a lot.
Do you think who knows? But if Joe would have had a little bit of money to spend, maybe to strengthen, perhaps we could have seen a promotion side under his tenure.
Don't know. Man United just spent £1 billion and they're still crap. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's really easy to say, "Oh, money fixes everything," but you can spend money really badly. Jim Magilton had a brilliant season, got the club in the playoffs, right? And then Marcus Evans came in. Oh, wait, you didn't boo that. You booed Norwich. I thought that was worse. Marcus Evans came in, there you go. Yeah. Perfect.
We did have a couple of his shirts up when we first started, and we rapidly took them down because of the flack we got, but carry on.
But yeah, so Marcus Evans came in, didn't he? Gave Jim money, and we were better without the money. Jim was doing better without it. So it's not always simple as just chuck some money at it. I don't think that's always the answer.
And what about when it came to time to go? What was the scenario around your departure? Off to Leeds, wasn't it?
Off to Leeds. Horrible. Like, I didn't want to go. Jim called me in. He'd been my captain, and then over the summer he then was the manager. Said, "We've got a really good offer. He wanted to change the left back. So I wasn't a left back, but he just wanted a new player in that position. So Dan Harding, and they swapped Dan and £500,000 for me. And he said, "Mate, it's too good. I want that deal." I said, "Fine." Went to Leeds, met Ken Bates, who's just crazy. And they offered me a lot more money. And Jim, when a manager says they don't want you and they want this other player, you're done then. You're not going to go, "Oh no, I can convince you." You say, "Fine, like, if you don't want me, see you later." Yeah. I'll go pay more money, and so went off to Leeds. Wasn't as fun. Never felt the same as, like, you grow up here, you come through with youngsters. It was just special. And then, like the rest of the career wasn't as good as probably the time I had here. But like injuries and other bits were reasons. But it was what it was. Like, I had a great
Any more
time.
on Ken Bates you want to share?
No, not really. He used to call David Sheepshanks, something that I can't say.
Okay.
But sounds a bit like Sheepshanks.
Okay.
He used to, like, I came up to sign my contract first time ever. Me, my dad, my girlfriend at the time, who was my wife, walks in. He's like, "What are you doing with a woman in here? This is men's place." Like, just really old school, not my cup of tea. I think upset a lot, and it was just bizarre that he bought Leeds when, like, one of their favourite songs is like "Shoot the Chelsea Scum." Like, they just hated them. Then he signs Dennis Wise and Gus Poyet, who are two of the best guys I've worked with, right? And the home fans are singing "Chelsea Scum Out" to our own manager, and it was just a bizarre time. They're the best fans and the worst fans, Leeds. They're not like us who just support us. Good and bad, we'll stick together, right? If you're doing badly at Leeds, like, you're in massive trouble, right? And then if you're doing well, they love you and they probably hold you on a higher pedestal. But it's a crazy place to go.
Ask Brian Clough about that.
Yeah.
I saw you. I'm just doing some research as well. I saw you score a lot of goals. You know, good finishes. Like Walkie would have been very impressed with the way that you finished. And then they got to the Leeds thing, and they were saying about this volley. You had a volley at Oldham or something. So a legendary volley, was it, or something?
It's weirdly gone down in folklore, right? There's a whole podcast about it, right? I only scored one goal at Leeds. It's bizarre.
I got about 10 minutes in, and I thought, no,
you fell asleep. Yeah. We haven't got much time left. Save it. It's a dark, horrible, rubbish night, and I come on for 2 minutes and score a volley. And, like, we were in a League One getting promoted out of it because we'd been minus 15 points the year before, sort of thing. And yeah, it just turned into a bit of a, like, all the fans went a bit nuts. Like, we had a massive bundle. It was fun. Yeah. It's one of the good ones.
It was a good volley, though. I mean, you smashed it in, didn't you? I mean, that's what
inside the
you
box. Inside the box.
No, just inside the box.
Yeah.
But just met it well, just dropped, and I just thought, I'll just hit it. Wisey had said to me, come on, just, like, we're going to take the draw, just sit in. And then I saw the ball in there, I was like, I saw this. So I just ran in and smashed it in.
Folklore stuff.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Good time.
Legendary.
Easy.
Not legendary. Not legendary.
And now you're doing the Town TV stuff, which I know you love, which is
love it. Yeah, just
new
really
skill.
fortunate.
Yeah.
They had. There's a great commentator, Glenn, who does it with me. Unbelievable. Like, I think he'll go on to work BBC, Sky, like whatever he wants to do. He's really good. Club are lucky to find him. He does it with me most of the time, and I just got lucky that my wife works at the club. They were trying to do it with an ex-pro, and they were short one week and said, "Oh, do you fancy a go?" I said okay, and then it obviously went all right. It took some, like, everything's death by Twitter, isn't it, or X now?
Yeah.
Someone said something nice about me, so the club said, "Oh, do it again." And then 3 years later, I'm still doing it.
Was that
It was Claire,
The father-in-law and
Law family, everything.
Well, Ross, you once said something nice to me about it as well.
I did, yeah.
Anyway,
Not
so
on
it
X,
went
though.
well,
Good fun.
and then 3 years later, I'm still doing it, and I love it. I love being part of the club. I love seeing the team play every week, so it's cool.
Brilliant. Well, look, it's great to have you on the show. More to come from you in a moment or two. But Terry, you were up in Scotland the other day. Tell us what you were up to in Scotland.
Yeah, I went up to Scotland on Saturday, therefore missed the game sort of thing, but we went up with 9 veterans for the Remembrance Day match at Rangers against Kilmarnock on the Sunday. So the veterans are going up there as medals to matches, but in Glasgow. So we went up and we were obviously gutted about missing the game sort of thing, but the guy says, Simon, he had this big iPad, and it had we obviously get Sky Go on there sort of thing. So he had this big well, it wasn't big, it was a very small iPad, and he taped it on the back of a seat. So everybody's straining to see what it was. I think you needed binoculars to see the players, but we saw that on there. There was obviously copious amounts of drink and for the veterans, of course. So they were tanking it away and watching the game, just like being at Portman Road sort of thing for them, without the atmosphere. But we made a good atmosphere in there. Saw the game. And with all the comments, you could see that they were tense as well. They were nervous as well going up there. But of course, we won and all that sort of thing. It was just joyous. It was so joyous, in fact, that I got a load of supplies in for the guys, and I bought this big packet of shortbread. And I love shortbread. And some of the guys were looking forward to having that. But Simon was so carried away, he got the shortbread and threw it out the window. And we all went, "What'd you do that for?" He says, "Well, I just wanted to do something and just did that." And I was like gutted, and it reminded me of when I was on the team bus coming back from a game, and we had a few drinks again, and it was just like being in the footballers with these veterans. So we're on the bus coming back from Ipswich to Ipswich, and one of the guys, I think it was Irvin Gernon, put on a Shalimar tape, a cassette. Now I'm a heavy metal fan, and Shalimar was over the speakers, and I was like, I'm not having this. And I had a few drinks, of course. So I went down and got the cassette out and threw it out the skylight. he was absolutely cut. I think it was
You
Irvin.
did that in my car one day.
I
as
did it
well.
in your car one
Yeah.
day as well, yeah.
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 My wife came to pick us up from some drinking establishment. And
Was it a golf,
sit
was
in
it
the
a golf
back.
match or something?
Yeah, golf day. It might have been at Clacton or somewhere like that. So she's put the music in there, and he's in the front seat. As soon as the music comes on, eject straight out the window.
It was rubbish, though. It was absolute rubbish.
Do you know, when I used to drive around in that era, you'd always see cassette tapes, wouldn't you? On the side of the road with all the tapes. It was you.
But you wouldn't
It
see.
was you.
Yes, it probably was. But you wouldn't see any shortbread in the middle of the motorway. Not on the M6. We were gutted as well. And actually,
You try throwing an 8-track through your window.
Not easy.
Simon is married today. He gets married today. So, and he's otherwise known as Pants, but I can't possibly go into that.
No, okay, we'll save that one for another day.
But it was
congratulations.
incredible. We had a great day. Rangers were fantastic, and it was very, very emotional. Really emotional.
Good stuff. Right, time now for this week's Ask the Legends. At the moment, the score is 10 points to Russell Osman, 10 points to Terry Butcher. So it's very close. Butch to go first, I believe, this week. Is that right? Yes, I believe it is, isn't it? Yes?
Yes.
That's correct, yes.
And Tony's here to give us this week's questions.
Did Tony do the questions last week?
No,
Yes.
Tony
No,
didn't
Simon
do the
did,
question
didn't he?
last week.
You didn't?
No,
I
that's
thought
why.
there was something wrong there
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
he did it. You did it, didn't you?
No,
Well, I
no.
was sent them.
Simon did it.
Oh,
sent
Simon
it.
did it.
Yeah.
I just read it out.
Or Simon's mum,
Well, I'm
maybe.
going to shoot the messenger, I tell you, after last week. But I'll go away.
Ooh.
We didn't rehearse that, did we? No.
That might be the easier one.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Come on.
Okay.
Stanley Cup last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do your deed.
This is easy. Who did Fabio Wardley beat to win by TKO?
Mm-hmm.
And in what round was it stopped?
Parker, 10th.
Full name.
Hit the post.
Well, that's his name, Parker. So, I mean, therefore, that's I win.
Well, which one? He's got a brother.
It's not nosy, is it?
Is
No.
that was it the 10th?
No.
Oh, I'm off to a good start here. aren't I?
Would you like half a point, Terry?
Yes, I would like half a point.
Can we give him
I'll
Do you-
take half
did-
a point.
Well, have a guess at his first name. I thought you'd know.
Anybody want to whisper?
No.
No, and then he's looking around for an answer.
Was that Jason?
He didn't know.
Joseph? Jack? Yeah. No, I don't know. No, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I didn't know it.
Okay.
Right then. Home question.
Well, what was the answer?
Joseph Parker in the 11th round.
Joseph Parker in the 11th. Never mind, Butch. Still 10 points.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Did we give him a half?
Oh, 10 and a half.
Really?
Half?
Yeah, give him a
That
half.
might
I'll
be.
keep
That
the
might
score.
make the difference.
Yes. Half.
Probably
Does
was.
he deserve a half?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much. I love it. I love you all. I love you all.
10 and a half. Russell.
Okay, so this
I just had to
question
for half.
is about an Ipswich legend,
Oh my God.
Russell. And it's about your esteemed friend, Terry Butcher.
Oh, crikey. Singapore.
Okay, I need you to tell me, from the choice, how many appearances did Terry make and how many goals did he score? Was it? I think this is league appearances, okay? Or it is league appearances. Was it 265 games and 14 goals? 271 games and 16 goals, or 281 games and 15 goals?
Is this just Ipswich?
Yep.
I'll tell you, I have no clue whatsoever. Absolutely none.
Can you say that again? 265 and 14.
271 and 16, and 281 and 15.
Oh, this is just like shooting in the dark, isn't it? It is.
Well, you two played with each other in nearly all of these, because I'll tell you what yours were in a minute.
Always go middle. 271, 16.
What do you think, Terry?
Oh, I haven't got a clue. I don't know. I'm not paid to do stats. I just play.
I've got to be within.
You
10,
are
have I?
correct.
Well done.
If it was the other way round,
I'll tell you what, I'm not happy with you. I tell
Russell,
you.
what were you? Do you know yours?
Do I know mine?
Yeah.
You've got to give me a choice of 3.
Wait, do you know quite how many you played?
294.
Yes. Dead on. Wow. And how many goals you get?
Not many, 24.
Less. 17.
17.
Wow, still very good. There we are.
Good.
Remarkably close to each other.
I'll just take half a point then for the 294.
So it is Russell Osman 11, Terry Butcher 10.5. I do believe, Russ, this is the first time that you've been in the lead this season so far, isn't it, I think?
Who won last year?
You did, big time. Yeah.
It's the only thing I've won today.
Right, move on. Come on, let's carry
Okay,
on.
all right. Time now for this week's Life's a Pitch and Putt, sponsored by Seckford Golf Club. Yeah, we're not doing it with tennis balls. So, what we have 6 blue and white golf balls. We have a target to hit. And the leaderboard at the moment, at the top is Wayne Brown on 120, followed by Sarah Jane, our studio manager, on 100, everybody. She's one of our own. She's one of our own.
Sarah Jane, she's one of our own.
And then under that, we've got Adam Tanner, Vino, David Sheepshanks, Walkie and Russ on 75, Tommy Smith on 50, Milts on 20, the rest of us on big fat zeros. So, Russell said you were a bit of a bandit today when you played, actually. I need
Can you still hear me on this?
Not really, no.
I beat Russ. And
You beat Russ.
My lunch today.
He had to pay for your lunch. Ah, no wonder he was sour when he came in. Okay.
Take it well.
First shot. Good shot. Oh.
Unlucky, Westy. Should have put it like that today.
Shot number 2. No. You can hear the bang, which means it hasn't gone in.
This is where the pressure starts, Ian. This is where the pressure starts, pal.
Get in the hole.
Oh, none for 3.
Oh, it's you. You've lined me up wrong.
Change the ball.
There you go.
Change the
Here we
stripe
go.
on the ball.
They're the balls you use as well, Ian, aren't they?
There you go.
Oh.
Westy has worked out, he has got a cunning plan. That I
There is a
believe
big
he's
fat
playing to at
zero
the moment.
waiting here, Westy.
Oh.
Write his name up at the bottom there, 0. Go on. Yay!
You joined the elusive club, I'm
Well
afraid. Ian Westlake, thank you. There is a little sneaky line in the carpet that Westy found pre-show, whereas if you roll the ball in there, it heads straight for 75.
Yeah.
But couldn't manage to do it, so
But why didn't you do it then?
because I didn't know it was there.
All right, okay.
I might ask the same of you, Butch, as a big fat
yeah,
zero
yeah.
next to mine. Right then, it's oh yes, what did we forget last week?
Let's
day.
What day
It's
of the week
time
it
for
was?
On This Day in History.
Does that make me get a double?
No,
Okay.
we might get a jingle. Here we go.
Yes. Better late than never. On this day, the day before and the day after. Okay, I'm going to start on Monday the 28th of October, just because I think it's quite apt. Former Everton and Oldham Athletic icon Joe Royle was appointed George Burley's replacement. Royle suffered 10 years, saw him lose twice in the playoffs before leaving Portman Road after presiding over the lowest league finish in 40 years. Saturday the 29th of October 1955. Ron Blackman scored on his Blues debut as Reading were hammered 5-1 at Elm Park in a Division 3 South fixture. There you go. Also on Saturday the 29th of October, this time in 2022, we might all remember this, Town twice let a 2-goal lead slip in a bizarre, topsy-turvy game at Charlton Athletic, which ended 4-4 and saw 4 goals in injury time. George Edmondson and Tyrese John Jules put the Blues 2-0 in front before Jez Rak-Sakyi and Albie Morgan looked to have levelled it. However, magnificent strikes from Freddie Ladapo and Sam Morsey should have won the game before heartbreaking strikes from Terrell Thomas and George Dobson levelled things up. And finally, Saturday the 30th of October 1926, Barclays Bank beat Town 3-1 at Portman Road. But the game was held up when rats had to be chased away from the grandstand. Groundsman Walter Woolard's sheep and goats housed there, they were probably the cause of the problem.
I can't believe we got beat by a bunch of bankers.
And that's all that happened over that weekend.
Yeah, well, they still keep donkeys up at Carrow Road, don't they? So that's good. Boom, boom. Right, time for this week's Man v Fat results. A chilly night at Lindbergh Road and a chilly reaction from the coach as the guys made a small group gain this week. This is from Man v Fat Mark. We still enjoyed our weekly seven-a-side matches with good individual losses for some, including a trio of Town fans who all scored weight hat-tricks. So well done to Joel Hughes, Rhys Stedman and Dan Brand. This week's results, Leighton Oreos 1, Ips Chips Town 5.
Get in the Chips. Oh, the Chips.
The Blubber Blues 4, Ozempiakos 14. RB Liposuction 2, the Pink Panthers 6. And Portakal Fatsuma 6, Watfood FC 5. Best wishes to Town on Saturday against Queen's Park Rangers. What do you think of that match, Westy? Queen's Park Rangers?
Tough one.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll be okay. Actually, a friend of mine supports them and sort of said at the beginning of the season they'd be happy to avoid relegation. That's how excited they are for the season. But they've started better than that. They look quite useful. Just very championship. They're quite strong. They know how to win matches. If we turn up and play anything like we can, we beat them quite easily, I think.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Russ?
I think it'll be a tough game. I think the least we'll come back with is a point. Hopefully we'll come back with 3 points. But it's we're going to have to roll our sleeves up and get involved probably in a bit of a scrap there and see that off first and then hopefully show that we do have the class of player on the pitch that can just win games for us.
Terry?
Last time we were there in 23, Connor Chaplin scored the winner after 75 minutes, and I can see it going 1-0 to Town. Okay. So our away record isn't great. So it's about time we put it right. And I think winning the game against West Brom in a sort of gritty style as well, digging it out, I think that stands them in good stead.
Less tippy-tappy stuff, wasn't there, from the back, I thought, this time?
There's always tippy-tappy stuff from the back.
Not as much, though.
No, not as much.
Apart from one point when Jack Clark was in the box and really should have hit the ball, and it was kind of like, no, it's your turn. No, you have a go. No, you have a go. Said my friend Richard, who I sit next to. So what do you think? So 1-0, Russ?
I'll go 2-1 to Ipswich.
Okay, Westy?
3-0.
3-1. Okay.
We'll
Thank you very much. Great to have you on the show. Come back again, won't you? We really enjoyed having you on the show.
Go and get some shots in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
we'll
have.
give you the key to come and practice, don't worry. Thanks for coming on the show. Ian Westlake, everybody, give him a round of applause. And that's it for this week. Don't forget, by the way, our Christmas show is on December the 16th. You can get your tickets now by going to www.cancersupportsuffolk.co.uk. They are actually selling like hotcakes. They really are. So we're going to have a big crowd that night. So www.cancersupportsuffolk.co.uk. Click on events and you can get your tickets there. Our special guest, Tony Mowbray, will be joining us that night. So we're really excited about that. But for now, thank you very much, Capacity Crowd. Thanks for watching and listening. See you next week. Blue Army!
Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army!
This has been a Life's a Pitch TV production. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, all about hearing. Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, GBS Builders, Venue 16, The Hudson Group, Come Hither Design, Sound 4 Pro Audio, and Suffolk Sound. Our charities this year, Cancer Support Suffolk, Forget Me Not Golf, and Combat to Coffee.